This is my audience. Did you know that over 800,000 people commit suicide a year? In today's society, the numbers for mental health issues have exponentially increased. Today I will be discussing the need for mental health support. I'll also be discussing what I learned about dogs and their ability to help people with mental health issues. I learned that dogs can help people struggling with depression. I learned that dogs can help people struggling with anxiety, with stress, and all of the other elements that come with mental health issues. More specifically, dogs, because my brother has an emotional support dog, and I have actually seen the benefits in my own experience of what emotional support dogs can do and what they can provide for their owner. Again, mental health numbers have increased exponentially. The National Institute of Mental Health actually shared, they went a little bit more in depth, and they explained that 1 in every 5 Americans live with mental health illnesses. In 2019, that broke down to about, I believe it was 51.5 million people struggling with a mental health illness. Now, that increase is harmful to individuals. Harvard Health actually also released an article saying that 1 in every 10 Americans is on antidepressants. That is a staggeringly high number. Medication and medical treatment for mental health have had to increase because of the numbers for mental health also increasing. Mental health has become a massive issue in the U.S. Due to the trying times we're experiencing now, our environmental factors are having a big impact on our mental health. Kaiser Family Foundation, which is a medical group, actually did a poll in July, and this was kind of in the start of COVID. And it said that their findings were that 53% of Americans in the U.S. reported that their mental health had been negatively impacted due to stress and worry brought on by the coronavirus. They also went on to explain that those with mental health illnesses and substance use disorders pre-pandemic and those newly affected will likely require mental health and substance services. Now, there's lots of stressors and lots of factors that can attribute and cause problems for people with mental health issues, people that are already struggling. But now we have this new group. Now there's a new group of people who never had to struggle, but now are struggling because of what's going on in the world today. COVID has already caused such a loss for people. It's caused a loss of security. COVID has caused a loss of socialization. It's caused a loss of jobs. And it's introduced in place lots of new stressors. Biggest one being this new era of isolation that we're in. And isolation alone can bring on anxiety and depression. There's actually scientific evidence that shows the benefits of owning a dog. It shows that owning a pet can alleviate stress and it can help the owner manage mental health issues. There's enough evidence of this to support that owning a support dog, that support animals should be made more available or even just as available as medications are when dealing and when treating mental health issues. Let's see, there's an article by BMC Psychiatry. They explained that they did an experiment to collect data to prove that there is scientific data to show and support that mental health dogs actually have a positive impact. And they shared that all of their participants in the study were diagnosed with serious mental health condition. They were diagnosed with mental health problems associated with physical health condition. They were diagnosed with mental health problems associated with a developmental disorder or self-reported mental health conditions. And of those 17 included studies, 15 reported positive aspects of owning pets. The benefits were mostly demonstrated through qualitative data. And negative elements which were highlighted were largely overshadowed by co-occurring positive impact of pets in these studies. To just sum it up, basically they're saying 17 studies were done. Of those, 15 were positive impacts. And it also said that, yes, there were negative impacts as well, but those negative impacts were largely overshadowed by the positive impacts pets had in this study. Basically showing evidence that the positive outweighed the negatives, that there was an impact and that impact was positive. On top of data like this, there's actual real cases, there's actual real experiences from people, like my experience seeing my brother. People that have stories of how their emotional support dog or how they've seen an emotional support dog help somebody. There's evidence that shows these, and there's cases as well that shows that dogs can help with loneliness, they help with anxiety, depression, irritability, and they can add a sense of calmness. On top of all of this, with COVID especially, People are without family or without friends. And sometimes they can lack purpose in this. In this isolation, we can be losing our purpose. And dogs actually take a lot to take care of. You need to feed them. You need to give them water. You need to walk them. They depend on you. Owning a dog, owning a pet can give someone that needed purpose, because everybody needs to feel needed. Owning a pet can give someone that sense that they are needed. Dogs give people a sense of purpose if they don't have anything else. Even in times like these where isolation has obviously been extremely increased. Isolation people are lonely. Owning a pet can bring companionship, because that's what dogs are, they're companions. Overall, owning a pet helps the well-being of people, especially those dealing with mental health issues. Dogs provide purpose, they provide companionship, they add a sense of calmness. This all attributes to benefiting anxiety, depression that leads to suicide, stress. And it makes me think that maybe if more people had availability to emotional support dogs, we would have less than 800,000 suicides a year. Thank you.